Hey, this is a really important short video because it deals with your mind and how the powers that shouldn't be want to wire it, and that they're continuously trying to wire and change and manipulate your mind. This quote comes from a guy named Edward Bernays, who wrote a book called Propaganda. He's basically the father of PR, or the father of propaganda in America. And he says, and this deals with the intentional mental manipulation of the masses. He says the conscious and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the masses is an important element in democratic society. And listen to this. Those who manipulate this unseen mechanism, who are those? This unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government. What is government? It's about people who want to control other people and rule them without their consent and against their will, which is the true ruling power of our country. We are governed, that's controlled. Our minds are molded, our tastes formed, our ideas suggested largely by men we have never heard of. We don't even know who they are, but it doesn't matter because they're trying to mentally control us and herd us into a way of thinking to where we will act just like everybody else. It's this herd mentality. This is a logical result of the way in which our democratic society is organized. And he says vast numbers of human beings must cooperate in this manner. Must cooperate in what manner? In a controlled manner. They must cooperate in a manipulated manner, because this guy, Edward Bernays, is totally for you and me being mentally manipulated, intentionally mentally manipulated and controlled, if they are to live together as a smoothly functioning society. So if you want to operate as a smoothly functioning society, then you have to get rid of your will. You have to get rid of your opinions. You have to get rid of your ideas, and you have to adopt the opinions and ideas and mentality of those unseen, invisible rulers who control this unseen mechanism. In almost every act of our daily lives, whether in the sphere of politics or business, in our social conduct or our ethical thinking, we are dominated. And that's what they want to do. They want to dominate us by the relatively small number of persons who understand the mental processes and social patterns of the masses. So these enlightened ones, these powers that shouldn't be, these rulers, these manipulators, this invisible government knows what to do. They know about the mental process. They know about the social patterns, and they will conduct and form your way of life according to their way, because they have the knowledge. They're the enlightened ones. They're the higher beings. They have a higher claim over your life and property than you. Just shut up, turn off your mind, stop critically thinking, and just obey them. Follow in line. Do what they say. Follow orders. Follow the rules. You don't have to write the rules. You just have to follow them. And if you don't follow them, then you will be punished by this unseen, invisible hand. It is they who pull the wires which control the public mind. And that's why it's important to guard your eye gates and your ear gates, especially if you have children. Do not hand your children over to the state. It is the fool who believes that he will have a good way to go if he lets his enemies control the minds and bodies of their children. You hand your children over to the state, what can you expect? Nothing good. So I wanted to make this video to show you that there are people out there who understand what they're doing. They intentionally do it. They're out there to try to intentionally mentally manipulate you, and that serves their interest, not your interest. And it's not about your personal freedom. It's about taking your personal freedoms away. That's why people like Patrick Henry said, guard with jealous attention the public liberty, not the public safety. What's more important than your personal safety? Your liberty. Your right to do what you want to do as long as you're not violating somebody else's rights, as long as you're not harming somebody, threatening to harm somebody, damaging somebody's property and refusing to pay for it. You can do whatever you want because you're a free man. But this invisible government, this unseen power, these mental manipulators do not want you to be free. They want to hold you captive. They want to dominate you, according to the father of propaganda, the father of public relations, Edward Bernays. They want to dominate you, and that's the only way you can have a smoothly functioning society, is if you drop your guard and just let them dominate you. Just let go and coast and let the psychological operations pill that they're constantly trying to ram down your throat take effect. That's why Patrick Henry said, guard with jealous attention the public liberty. Suspect everyone who comes near this precious jewel. They want to come near, they don't just want to come near the precious jewel. They want to grab that precious jewel out of your mind, remove your will, infuse you with cognitive dissonance so you don't know what's going on, take away your ability to critically think, take away your freedom, take away your spirit. And then Patrick Henry says, nothing will preserve it. What? The public liberty, but downright force. And when you give up that force, you are ruined. See, what they really want to do is demoralize you. That's why Samuel Adams said, no people will tamely surrender their liberties, nor can any be easily subdued. And that's what these people want to do. They want to subdue you and I. When knowledge is diffused and virtue is preserved. On the contrary, he says, when people are universally ignorant and debauched in their manners, they will sink under their own weight without the aid of foreign invaders. If you desire to be ignorant and free, you desire what never was and what never shall be. You want to preserve your virtue. These people want to take away your virtue. They want to demoralize you. They want to dehumanize you. They want to divide us so that we can be easily conquered. A general dissolution of principles and manners will more surely overthrow the liberties of Americans than the whole force of the common enemy. When the people are virtuous, they cannot be subdued. But when once they lose their virtue, they'll be ready to surrender their liberties to the first external or internal invader. And that's what they want to create. They want to create an internal invader through this psychological operation propaganda campaign. Don't fall for it. It's easy to fall for it. We've all succumbed to it on one level, to one measure or another. And it's time to stop. It's time to wake up and smell the coffee and realize that there are these unseen people behind the curtain trying to pull the strings and manipulate our minds. And we just got to wake up to that fact, admit that we have been duped, and live virtuous lives. That is the answer. People are like, what is the solution to this problem? The solution is you. The solution is working on yourself. If it is to be, if freedom is to be, it's up to me. And the only way you can be free is by increasing in knowledge, increasing in power, and increasing in morality and virtue, and having principles, standing on those principles, and expecting those principles to be adhered to by other people, because it is self-evident. Do to others what you would want others to do to you. That is the message, and that is the moral high ground. If you disagree with anything I've said, let me hear it in the comment section below. If you think this is worth sharing, hit the like button, share this with everybody you know, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell notification icon. I will see you in the next video.